Monster Energy drinks have become a household name. Their neon logos lighting up sporting events, social media, and the adrenaline-fueled world of extreme sports. But the origins of this energy drink giant may not be as widely known as its recent commercial success. We may see the bright, bold cans, taste the tangy flavor, and feel the rush of caffeine. But few know the fascinating journey behind this global phenomenon that started in California long before the energy drink industry was what it is today. Let's take a deep dive into how Monster Energy transformed from a small fruit juice company into a cultural icon of the energy drink world, and why its story is anything but conventional. A dream born in California, the early days before World War II, California was already establishing itself as a vibrant, growing economy, with its population steadily increasing due to the promise of a new life in the West. It was during this exciting period that Hubert Hansen, a man with a keen eye for business opportunities, noticed a gap in the market that would set the course for his family's future in the beverage industry. As the 1930s unfolded, California was heavily impacted by the Great Depression, which forced people to look for cost-effective ways to meet their nutritional needs. While solid foods were a luxury many could no longer afford, fruit juices became a popular alternative for nourishment, especially under the scorching California sun. It was in this climate that Hubert Hansen took his chance and founded a fruit juice business in 1935. Named Hansen's, the company catered to Hollywood stars, film studios, and retailers seeking something to keep them refreshed and energized. Although Hubert's fruit juice business catered mainly to a select few, including some of the most wealthy and influential figures in Hollywood, the company's impact and scale remained small. In the years following, as California's economy continued to grow, competition from big beverage brands like Coca-Cola increasingly overshadowed Hansen's. Despite growing demand for fruit juices, they couldn't truly compete with the marketing power and reach of the major carbonated drink brands. In a bid to adapt, Hubert's son Tim took over the reins of the business and started his own company, Hansen Foods Incorporated, in 1977. Despite making strides, particularly in flavor innovation, Hansen Foods struggled to turn a profit. Overcoming setbacks, the birth of new ideas. By the late 1980s, Hansen Foods found itself on the brink of collapse. Despite high-quality products and steady growth, its sales couldn't keep pace with the company's operational costs, and by 1988, the company filed for bankruptcy. Tim Hansen's dream seemed to be slipping away, but as in many great business tales, fate had one last hand to play. In January 1990, a bold move by a Hawaii-based company, California Co-Packers Corporation, gave the Hansen's brand a second life. Buying the business out of bankruptcy, the new owners began putting fresh energy into what was still a popular, albeit niche brand. With the appointment of future CEO Rodney Sachs, the company began to focus on a broader market and modernizing its image. But it wasn't long before the company would face another financial obstacle. A second bankruptcy filing came in 1992, but this time, instead of retreating, the company rallied under a new group of investors and took a bold move. Aiming to tap into an emerging health and wellness trend, the company started exploring new ways to stand out in the increasingly competitive beverage market. During this period of flux, Hansen Natural Corporation, as it was now known, took a gamble and went public, listing on NASDAQ in the early 90s. This was the spark the brand needed. Armed with fresh capital, the company shifted its focus and began working on new, more innovative products that would appeal to the increasingly health-conscious consumer. Entering the new age, adding energy to the mix. In the early 1990s, Hansen introduced iced teas, lemonades, and other juice-based drinks, aiming to tap into the new age drink trend, which also included iced tea and sparkling water alternatives to sugary sodas. Products like these were marketed as healthier, more natural options, with a focus on helping consumers feel more energized without sacrificing taste or nutrition. By the mid-90s, the company faced increasing pressure to stand out. Thus, the addition of taurine and ginseng in its drinks helped position Hansen's products in the emerging energy drink category, with one notable example being the introduction of a new smoothie line. This bold decision marked the beginning of Hansen's entry into the increasingly competitive world of energy drinks, a category dominated by Red Bull, a market leader with a vast and loyal following. However, Hansen believed it had what it took to capture the attention of consumers seeking an alternative to Red Bull and Coca-Cola's sugary options. Even as it continued to innovate, the company also became more aware of how its core consumers were evolving, specifically the younger generation that thrived in the world of extreme sports. Monster takes the stage. The big shift enter Monster Energy. In 2002, the company unveiled its bold new energy drink under the Monster brand. Unlike anything they had ever offered before, Monster was unapologetically edgy with its slick black cans and fierce neon claw marks on the side. For the first time, Hansen's began to promote Monster as more than just a refreshment. It was a lifestyle drink for those who wanted to unleash the beast. The marketing worked wonders. By tapping into the extreme sports culture, especially through sponsorship deals in motorsports, mixed martial arts, and BMX racing, Monster quickly gained traction. Though Red Bull was still dominating the energy drink market with a 50% share, Monster's sales surged by 162% in 2004 alone, outpacing its competitors by a wide margin. In just 2 years, Monster's sales had more than doubled, from $60 million to $180 million, and its parent company, Hansen Natural, saw its net income rise to a massive $20.4 million. The company's stock skyrocketed from $4 per share in 2002 to an astonishing $108 in 2005. The continued growth of the Monster brand, its sponsorships, its involvement in extreme sports, and its broader cultural impact catapulted the company to new heights, taking it to the next level. Expanding the brand Monster Energy's success wasn't a one-hit wonder. In fact, the brand aggressively expanded its line of drinks to include a host of new offerings. Drinks like Monster Assault and the Joker helped diversify the company's portfolio. They released new variants under bold slogans like "Declare War on the Ordinary." The company's bold marketing and high-profile sponsorships in various extreme sports proved incredibly successful. Names like UFC fighters Conor McGregor, Max Holloway, and Cain Velasquez started to become synonymous with the Monster brand. By the mid-2000s, Monster wasn't just an energy drink, it was a cultural icon. From gyms to racing circuits, Monster could be found everywhere. As it became more ingrained in the fabric of high-octane sport and performance culture, Monster's consumer base began to grow. It was no longer just about an energy drink. It was about belonging to a community that prided itself on living on the edge. Coca-Cola joins the party, strengthening the empire. By 2014, Monster's incredible rise didn't go unnoticed by the world's biggest beverage company. Coca-Cola, seeking to enter the thriving energy drink market, purchased a 17% stake in Monster Beverage, solidifying the brand's place on the global stage. In return, Monster would distribute its signature products, such as its fruit juices and sodas, under Coca-Cola's extensive distribution network. This strategic alliance provided a massive boost to Monster, expanding its reach globally, making the energy drink available in over 100 countries. The move enabled Monster to tap into Coca-Cola's far-reaching infrastructure and supply chain capabilities, ultimately allowing it to reach new heights. As of 2020, Monster Energy had posted $4.6 billion in global sales, with a market capitalization of $48.22 billion. Looking to the future, the energy drink titan. Looking ahead, Monster is well-positioned to maintain its growth trajectory. Energy drinks are expected to grow from a $53 billion industry in 2018 to a staggering $86 billion by 2026. With a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 7.2%, particularly in the Asia-Pacific region, the future for Monster looks brighter than ever. In its ever-expanding quest for success, Monster Energy continues to align itself with sports figures, personalities, and athletes who epitomize energy, strength, and power. Whether in the UFC octagon, the NASCAR circuit, or across various X Games sports, Monster has become a major sponsor and supporter. It's safe to say that the story of Monster Energy is far from over. With a thriving business model, continued innovations, and a massive consumer base, Monster is prepared to take on the competition and continue thriving under Coca-Cola's guidance. From a small fruit juice company founded in the heart of California to becoming a dominant player in the energy drink industry, Monster Energy is a true testament to the power of reinvention, resilience, and innovation. What do you think about Monster Energy's controversial rise to success? Share your opinions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.